The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Back into it and back at it. It's the holiday mayhem ensuing with Tom and Steve. I don't know, I blew my nose and now everything sounds funny in the headphones. You almost sound good.
It makes me funny. I just
it also looks funny.
Yeah. Tom blew his nose and an adenoid came flying out because he's had so many sinus problems. There's like parts of his brain laying there.
I don't have adenoids anymore. They took them out with the tonsils. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I still get stuffy like that. And I know a lot of you out there are dealing with the stuffiness. Don't abuse the Afrin, whatever you do. You go through that too, our guest? Yeah.
You know, my wife was very concerned about my Afrin usage.
Yes.
And what I did was, to prove to her that it was not a problem, I monitor how much I use and I track it.
That's right. You have to.
I use
really
a quarter of an ounce a week.
Oh, my gosh.
And I can tell you that is literally nothing.
Sounds like you have a lot of free time.
Marc Adler's with us. He's the owner of Onondaga Flooring, talking about Afrin here. But it is good stuff. But like I say, you got to use it sparingly. And I'll just do one squirt. I won't do the two, just one in each nostril.
I'll just let you guys go at it.
I'm in full agreement on the usage, but let me also tell you that there is one active ingredient in Afrin.
Yes.
Just one.
And what's that?
I can't. It starts with an O and it's a long Dexy something.
There's one thing you need to know.
No.
But I don't know what it is.
This is important. This is very important.
It's important, yes.
Afrin at one of the large stores might cost you $9 or $10 an ounce.
Yeah.
If you buy the generic brand, it has exactly the same ingredient for $3.
Very nice, yes.
So this is from a professional nose spray.
Right.
user.
Well, yeah, and I have polyps, so I have problems with it.
There's your ingredient. That's
it.
Oxy.
Yes.
It's.
I usually like to buy a keg at the beginning of the year of Afrin.
Oxymetazoline hydrochloride.
That's the ingredient. That's the active
This is the game-changing show here on the Local Show.
We'll talk to Dr. Brody at the end.
Show today.
Yes.
At the end, we talk with Dr. Brody.
Your
and he'll tell us
sinuses
not to
come
use
as you
it.
are.
All right. So Marc Adler, aside from having some sinus issues, were you born and raised here?
I was born in Syracuse. I've been raised in Syracuse. I left only for a short time to go to college, University of Buffalo.
Very nice.
I came back, and I've stayed here. I like it here.
How are your adenoids?
He probably still has his.
I had my tonsils out when I was about 8 years old, so I really can't tell you.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, Marc, have you always been in the flooring business, or what kind of business were you in?
I have not always been in the flooring business. I worked in a family business for many, many years, vending machines and food service.
Oh, okay. Wait, is it something we should all know about?
No, I don't think so. They went out, once I left, they went out of business.
Well, there you go. So, you were a very important part of that.
I like to think I was.
Yeah.
And I was looking for something else to do. I went to work for some friends of mine for a while, and I realized that I would be. I was not a great employee. I just. For many years I was independent and able to make my own decisions. And having to work for someone was not and in fact, a friend of mine, when I told him I was going to work for friends, said to me, he goes, I find that very unusual. I said, why? He said to me, I always saw you as the kind of guy that gave headaches, not got headaches. And so I lasted about a year. They were fine people. I talk to them to this day, American Food and Vending. Great people.
Oh, yeah.
And I bought this flooring company that wasn't much of anything when I bought it in 1995. They sold a lot of inexpensive pieces of material to people who didn't want to pay at very low margins.
Right, and that wasn't Onondaga.
That was a company called Manco Distributors, right. And what we did was we turned that into a commercial flooring company. And we've done a lot of hotels and offices and schools and hospitals. So it's, excuse me, that part of the business has been very good. And in fact, we have some more people we've just added to our roster there.
Congratulations, that's
awesome.
awesome.
And they're doing a very, very nice job. I bought Onondaga Flooring in 2023 without having really any experience in the retail business, it's been a real eye opener, and that's doing well too. We also have a small construction company that we do very specific work for clients that we already have, including those people whose buildings we also manage for them. I'm an accountant by education.
Okay.
So there's all kinds
so you're
of
not
different
out there
things we
swinging
can
the
do.
hammer or on your knees.
They would not allow me. They would not allow me. I would give it a try if they asked, but
Sure.
I'm probably a little bit old to do that now, and I don't have any desire to swing a hammer or sweat up a copper line or anything like that. In fact,
Yeah, so the Perry family had Onondaga Carpet, and everyone knew them.
Everybody knew Lynn Perry and knew the boys.
Onondaga Carpet, really, Onondaga Flooring. And I think people probably call it by both names sometimes.
Yeah, is it carpeting and hardwood?
Onondaga Flooring, we do soft surface, which would be carpeting. We do resilience or LVT, sheet vinyl. We also are capable and have done quite a bit of ceramic tile. In fact, our commercial company is working on a hotel in Cooperstown near the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Which one? The Onondaga?
No. It's a new build. I think it's the Hampton Inn.
Oh, okay.
And we have we rented a cottage up there for our installers to stay in. And they have my credit card.
That proves that they're there.
I don't understand why I'm paying for McDonald's in the afternoon. But in any event, it's a great job for us. We're working down at the Warren Frank Center for Centro. We're working at Toomey Abbott.
So you got both sides going. So the commercial side.
Right.
Exactly.
And then the part that I think we've all heard of, I mean, I did forever, was the Onondaga side.
Yes.
Is that industry changed a lot, or is it pretty much the same? We're gonna the square footage, and we've got carpet and floor. Is it changed, or is everybody trying to do it themselves, or what's that world look like?
Well, of course, a few years ago, with the advent of the big box stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, they do it too. And they provide materials, usually lower end materials, at a very low end price. And they, of course, have higher end materials as well, but they sub out a lot of their work. At Onondaga, most of our work is done in-house by our own mechanics and installers. And that way we can kind of control what goes on in someone's house a little bit better. Now, on the commercial side of things, we have crews of 5, 6, 7 people. Those are really independent businesses themselves, and they are subcontractors to us.
One thing
to the commercial end.
One thing that surprised me was the longevity of the people that work inside the store was amazing. Because you go to a big box store, you're lucky if you can find a pulse to help you. But the folks have been there a long time.
We've had a woman working for us now for 30 years for Onondaga Flooring.
Sure.
And I would say, excuse me. There's nobody there that's worked for less than 10 years, including our warehouse guy who came in, was a mechanic, was an installer for another company for 25 or 30 years. He retired from that, was looking for something to do. He said, I'll run your warehouse. I'd known him for a long time. I said, come on in. And so
how's availability of the product? Are you guys able to get product in readily?
We can always get product in readily. It's usually there's special orders, especially when it comes to residential usage. So although we do have things in stock, people want to pick out what they want to pick out for their own house.
Right.
And usually it gets delivered to us in a week. And once we know that it's delivered and has come, we have it in our warehouse, then we schedule the installation.
So if you're looking for some flooring for your house, or even commercially, but your house, you can actually have a conversation with someone that knows something. Right?
That would be correct.
Which is great. Onondagaflooring.com. I got a phone number of 471-2243.
Yeah.
Does that work?
That works.
Right down, and everybody knows where it is, right on the end of North Salina, kind of near that place they used to call them all. Better yet, near Stella's.
Can I mention one
real
other
quick?
thing?
Sure. Go
So
for
we
it.
also have a construction company, and we're doing a really interesting project now at a place called the Monroe House. If you drive out on Route 5, you'll see a beautiful stone mansion on the right before Tessie Plastic. It's owned by the Carberry family, nice people. They own a venue called the Sinclair House in Skaneateles that you can rent for your wedding or whatever it might be. And they're opening up a second location called the Monroe House. They're open for taking reservations for next
There
year.
we go.
And we're building it out for them.
Fabulous. Thank you, Tom.